Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with the third set of levels in this new update for Dr. Mario World. And it's a new day. I am recording this the day before, but I have it set to upload the next day. And then the next set of levels I'll be doing the same day that this goes up, and I assume it'll come up a little bit after this one is uploaded. And at the end of this, you'll see just the sheer amount of lives that I've used. These have been the hardest levels in a while, I think, in my opinion. I've had a lot of troubles. I've gone through a lot of lives. I had a lot of stocked up since they were giving so many away, and I've just lost them all now. So it's going to end up being long waits in between after I run out of these lives that they've given us. But let me talk about this level real quick. This one is the easiest one in the set, in my opinion. Basically, there's a lot of bombs in these barrels here. If you have Lemmy, I would suggest bringing him in because he would get rid of those pretty quickly. But other than that, any other character, just get some single capsules in between some of these colors, and try to hit the barrels whenever you can, because then you can blow up the bombs afterwards. But there's a lot of ice viruses as well, and the bombs will do most of the work for you, but you most likely have to hit all the viruses at an extra time after the bomb goes off. But luckily they do line up most of the viruses for you so that they're next to a similar color, and it makes it a little bit easier to clear them out compared to some of the other levels. And there are blue coins behind all this stuff, so if more things are spawning in from that flask, just make sure that if they are covering up a coin, to get rid of them when you can. If they spawn somewhere that there isn't a coin, then don't worry about it. But yeah, all these videos have taken, the first two took about an hour to record, and this one took about 40 minutes to record, so definitely less time. But I feel like I played more levels this time than in the other ones. Maybe the other ones were longer levels, and these were shorter levels, but I feel like I played quite a lot of levels, or quite a lot of the same level over and over and over again in this set. And that'll come up. I think this next level here is the one that I spent the most time on, and I'm kind of ashamed on just how much time I spent because I feel like it's really not that hard. And I know that they suggested to bring in Daisy. I tried to stick with Wario, and eventually it did work out, but I think Daisy would also be a really good pick. I was going to eventually use her, but I just got really close every single time with Wario, and I thought that I could do it, and I finally did. Basically, when you're starting out, you need to get 2 single blue capsules onto that shell there. If you're starting out with Daisy and you're trying to get her skill right away, then you could hit that shell right away and save a lot of capsules. But if you don't get her skill right away, you're going to have to do it manually as well. Once that opens, you have a few different options. If you get any yellows, I suggest either holding onto them for a second or using them towards the top to get these coins. Otherwise, bring some reds and blues down into the middle section where the blue viruses and red viruses are, which will open up the doors. Make sure not to cover up that section between the key and the door, closer to the middle there. You'll see with this blue one here, I avoid doing it whenever I place the blue one down. I think right here I bring it in. Yeah, okay, I only had a single capsule anyway, which is the best option out of them. But then you're going to want to bring some different colors down to open up the sections in between the cannon and the electric boxes. And then bring some yellows down whenever you can to hit the cannons. And they will hit that entire row for you. So don't really worry about the keys and the doors or anything. They'll most likely handle themselves. And then some floating viruses will be hit a few times, but you will have to hit them manually a few times as well. Also there I messed up. Obviously I wouldn't want to do that. I was trying to place it next to the virus at the bottom, or the capsule at the bottom. But now I'm working on this left side as well. You can really work on either side you want. But it's going to get close at the end, and you're not going to get 3 stars without the extra points from the capsules. So you're going to need a good amount of capsules remaining to get 3 stars on this one. And I think like 9 capsules is with the point boosting assistance. If you get to 9 capsules, that you'll most likely 3-star it. 9 or 10, I think, is the cutoff. I got 8 a few times, which is pretty frustrating, and it was really, really close to getting 3 stars when I got 8. But anyways, I could tell that this was going to be the round because I had barely anything left. They just needed to give me yellows. As long as they gave me yellows, I'd be fine. And they did give me yellows on the next 2. So that one worked out pretty well for me. It looked like a good round, and you'll never see all the other rounds that I had. But man, it was rough, to say the least. And I was very relieved after I beat this one. And the next one took a few tries as well, but not nearly as many tries. And this one's considered the hard one. So I guess I just got... maybe I should have just tried Daisy, and I would have beat on my first try. I'm not sure. Now, I do have to put a disclaimer here that he gives me 3 extra capsules, and I do end up using the 3 capsules. So, just so you know, technically I kind of used a booster for this one. And I think I'm okay with that. It's going to be a lot of luck, I think. But the strategy is mostly going to be the same, and also you're just going to have a lot of capsules that you end up not using, and if you end up using them, then you get a lot of extra points for it. Or if you can use them wisely, you can use them for the remaining viruses at the bottom. But anyways, you're pretty much filling up the entire bottom at the beginning here, just so you can work your way up to the top. You want to hit these locks as soon as you can, and also all the coins in the middle as soon as you can. And avoid going for the corners until all the coins are taken care of first, because the corners have viruses in them that will help you get to the coins anyways. I wonder if Larry would be good to bring in for this one, because there are a lot of colored boxes, and they didn't get in my way all that much, but I think they got in the way enough to the point where I'm curious to see how much Larry could do, like how good he could be. But anyways, I'm getting rid of the final coin that was in the middle, and then the top left will open up. Now I happen to hit all of them right there. Most of the time that's not going to happen, and you're going to be in there for a while. Now I have this right corner here to deal with, but I also kind of want to try and get to this lock as soon as I can as well, because that'll give me access to the bottom when I need to. So if I'm getting colors that I don't really need at the top, I can bring them down into the bottom section to try to get to that lock still. That's still an important part of the level. I guess it doesn't really matter when you go for it, as long as you're not waiting around for too long, because once you get all the coins here, those coins in the bottom corners are going to unlock, and then you're not going to have anything to do other than go for the locks at that point. So now the bottom left is open up, and a lot of your capsules might start falling, and you can start to use those to either get more points or to get the coins in the bottom. And I used up all of my capsules pretty much already, so now I need to use the remaining ones I have. And you can see I'm pretty close still. If they gave me the perfect amount of capsules, actually no, I don't think I would have won if they hadn't given me the extra ones to begin with. Again, if I had gotten a better round, if there was better luck involved, I wouldn't have needed the extra 3 capsules. The strategy is mostly going to be the same. The capsules they give you is a little RNG based this level. It relies on RNG a little bit. So your experience is probably going to be a lot different than mine was. But anyways, let's move on to this level here. These last 2, I beat on my first try. I feel like they are way easier compared to the previous 2, no matter how you look at them. Basically here, all of these viruses are lined up next to a similar colored virus. So if there's a yellow, there's going to be a yellow next to it. I think there are a few exceptions, but most of the time there's one next to it that's the same color. So also I guess that could have technically been luck in some points, because again, I only played this level once. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. In my experience, most of them were lined up well. So at the beginning here, I'm kind of using some capsules to get to the ones up top before I move on. And once I do this, I'll be able to use the ones I used to build up as they fall later. So it wasn't really a waste per se, because I will still end up using all of these. it might get a little bit clustered at some points, but it should be fine. So now all these are falling yet, but everything is still lining up nicely. We do that one yellow by itself. That we'll have to use something. Oh yeah, we use a rainbow capsule, which does work out really well. And now I just have this final row here. Now it seems like they mix it up here because there's a yellow in between these two reds. I don't know if it's always going to be like that every time you play this stage, or if it can be random like that. I don't know, but they might mix it up at the bottom there, so look out for that. But that's really all of the interesting, or what am I even saying? That's all of the... Just ignore me. Let's move on to the final level here. This one I also thought was fairly easy. Not as easy as the last one maybe, but it's pretty self-explanatory. If you get any double capsules where they're both red, both blue, both yellow, bring them into one of these sections like I did with that yellow one. Otherwise, you're going to want to use the top viruses to get some single capsules down like I did with that red one. And you're basically doing that for the entire level. There are some colored crates that get in your way, so if you want to bring in Larry to get to those a little bit easier, you can. Now keep in mind, these are floating viruses. If you hit them once, the coin behind them will be given to you. And you're not going for all the viruses here, you're going for all the coins. So after you hit them once, the blue coin behind them is given to you, which means you only have to hit all these floating viruses once. Now a lot of them will kind of help you out and line up in places to hit the other coins. Like the purple coins, for example, you're going to need a lot of, but also they can go by some of the viruses that you need to hit as well and make it a little bit easier to do so. I guess they can also get in your way sometimes, but just remember, if there are some like viruses up towards the top, don't even bother going for them. It's not going to be necessary in the long run. And I don't think I realized this yet at this point, that I didn't need to get rid of everything. You know, when I play a level, I basically am just going for everything. And I don't think about it too much. Until like I get closer to the end, I suppose, then I try to see how much is left. And then realize that I'm going for something specific. Now there are some... I guess there's at least one blue coin behind a colored crate. Because at the end I'm kind of doing a search for which blue coin I'm missing. And I assume there are a few more that are like that as well. But if you're at the end and you've hit every floating virus once, I would start getting rid of some of the crates until you find the coin you're missing. Because, like I said, once you hit a virus once, the blue coin behind it is gone. And there's no point in hitting it after that. I promise you. So yeah, I just have a few more things left to do here. There are two viruses on this right side here that need to be hit, and then you see that yellow crate in the middle. That is the one that has the final blue coin that I'm looking for, that I'll eventually get to. There's just a little more I need to do here. First I go for the viruses because I guess I don't realize that I still need another blue coin. And then I also need to go for the purple coins anyway, so I might as well go for them now. Or get that one purple coin towards the top. Now I need to get this that one down here. And now I realize that I have one more blue coin, and I'm kind of looking at each of the viruses. And I know I've hit them all once. I try to go for this red crate in case it's that one, but it's not. So then I have these two yellows here, so I figure I might as well go for this yellow one. And that one turned out to be the correct one. So like I said, if you're missing any blue coins, and you've hit all the viruses, try and go for some of the crates. But that is all the levels for today. We've got one more set here for this area. And then we've got new, what is it called? The new summit levels next week. And then the new area after that. The next week after that. So, thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon for those final sets of levels. Goodbye.